good, world family? It's your boy, Unico Williams, with a new episode of Keep It 99. I got my main man, Zell Man, in the house. What's happening, my man?
What's up, Alphas? It's your boy, La Alpha Zell, mate. Looking cute, looking clean, and looking sexy. We got the JPB boys not back in business. Act smoking on the Rory pack. It's been crazy. Let's talk about it.
Man, let's get into this. So we have been watching live. We've been watching on Discord. We've been watching live. We've been watching DJ Akademiks go in and just apparently this is like his second birthday at this point. This is
It's
his
Rory's
second
birthday too.
This is his bar mitzvah. This is all that. The man Akademiks, he is so happy today because it would appear that Joe Budden just fired Rory and Mal from the podcast.
It even appear
What's your thoughts on that?
First off, I did a video earlier today. Shout out to people that watched. I told y'all it was coming.
Shout out to that video. That put me on game. You knew it was coming, by the way. I want to give a big shout out to Zelma because you knew it was coming.
Bro, it's meant to happen, bro. It had to happen. It's what had to happen. And we're going to get into why, because I touched on it a little bit in that video, but we're going in depth, so you ain't got to watch the video. I'm just going to go in depth. Basically, what happened is,
you don't have to watch. First of all, we're doing you a favor. We don't want you to have to watch DJ Akademiks talk for an hour and 20 minutes. We're going to cut this up for you.
Yeah, so he basically went in, said that Charlamagne said it, Andrew Schultz said it, DJ Akademiks said it, I said it.
You said it for a long time. That after that whole respect speech, it's probably done.
Yeah, you gotta. The show can't go on with this point. Basically, like I said in that video, basically what happened was Rory started snooping. Mal said he gonna want to do an audit on the business. 6 years into the business, you want to start acting like it's your business now. Joe took offense. Joe treated his friends like sidekicks. That he treated them like Batman treat Robins.
The disrespect started there in the other episode. Disrespect started there. But go ahead.
Like, yo, not you. This Keep It 99. You know you gotta talk a little bit comics. He said, Jason Todd, all y'all can get my son Robin now. You know what I mean? You can be Nightwing or whatever. We'll bring you back if need be. Red Skull, Red Hood. You know what I'm saying? We can bring you back if need be. They played their hand. Ultimately, they said, "Hey, we valuable." Joe put Ish and Ice on. Started, like I said in that part, in the other show, started all rough. Then it came back together. People started watching again. People like, I don't even miss Rory and Mal. Joe like, I don't need y'all.
I didn't find them interesting, even on the show that there was like, just why we mad at Joe Budden. So.
Yeah. And then, so after that, that's basically the recap of that episode. And I'm going to get into more in-depth of what I was saying I'm going to talk about in this episode. Then Akademiks got on, explained some things we needed clarity on. According to him, Joe Budden didn't leak no information to him. Mal friend leaked information to Akademiks.
Is that really his friend?
Nah, it ain't his friend, but he said your homie. Some of the people in the industry that Rory has been talking behind Joe back about leaked information to Akademiks. Rory's side chick, which ended in his cancellation of his marriage, which Akademiks broke and admittedly said that he made the day that Rory came to his house, he made sure his life mission to ruin his life, and he made sure he at least dedicate 30 minutes to Rory every stream he ever had since. And he does it. He keeps up with it. He keeps up with it 30 minutes every episode. He makes sure he mentions Rory's name and calls him.
Is that not weird?
That's very weird.
That's some weirdo stuff right there.
That is very weird. I don't know. Nobody has ever made me mad enough.
Nobody that much talk about him every day.
That's what I said to him. Like, it doesn't. But that's that man. He can do what he wants. You know what I'm saying? But at the end,
fair enough.
At the end of
we're all here for the First Amendment.
Yeah. So he basically ruined his possible marriage, and said the side chick told him he had money issue, and he clarified that said Joe, after they came back, he asked was he talking about me behind my back? And then said I have 4 people in the industry that said it. His side chick said it.
It's one thing for your girl to say that, but not people in the industry though.
Yeah, so Joe probably looking all confused. By the way, it's gonna sound like I'm caping for Joe at the beginning. We gonna talk
yes,
about
absolutely. It does sound like you caping for Joe.
We gonna, but you gotta get the whole Joe is. But to be fair, the reason I am is because I already know that he's a psychopath. Like I called him in my video. You remember in the video earlier, I said, "How will Mal and Rory work without the psychopath in the middle?" Because I expect psychopathic behavior. I have did multiple videos on Joe Budden in the past and called him a psychopath and a narcissist. It has happened. I did it a year ago, probably toward this time a year ago. I did it a month after that. He has psychopathic behavior, so I expect this.
And if y'all don't mind, I'm just gonna be really disrespectful and say I heard pump it up, and that's all I got for Joe Budden. So I really don't care what he has to say, honestly.
Yeah, you see, Joe Brunda smoked the Joe for me.
Yeah. Let's get this going. He's irrelevant to me, if you ask me. He's no Kanye West. He's no Jay-Z. I don't know. Like the song "Pump It Up," and the way that I hear him talk now, I don't. There's two different things. I have zero respect for one of those things, and that's "Pump It Up."
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. "Pump It Up" still played in multiple music venues and.
Grab your hand if you do this thing.
Especially at cheerleading competitions, they be playing "Pump It Up" like crazy. But ultimately, it comes down to Act run his life. Now Act is on the line celebrating, drinking Henny. Had a whole funeral.
Fact, man, he is drunk today.
He had a whole funeral set up. He had a whole set like a DJ of songs that he played in a row.
DJ Akademiks, shout out to him for having the setup for the funeral. He just had the glasses, but other than that, go ahead.
Yeah, he had the whole story behind each song, why he playing it.
He did. And then remember, just a couple of episodes, we just got done talking about those boys down in Florida doing the "Who I Smoke."
Yeah,
and he played that like 50 times in a row.
That was the last ones. He had he calls Mal's Jay-Z pre.
He did.
Yeah, so he played a song with Jay-Z.
It was funny and entertaining.
Yeah.
You gotta give him that.
Yeah, so he played it with Jay-Z song, so he did all that. He played it. He played Aaliyah and Jay-Z song. I can't think of the name of it. He played I Want to Play That. I actually like that song. It was about
Aaliyah and Jay-Z song.
And about partners in business and how they don't mix. So he played that song, dissing Mal. He didn't really have a lot of smoke for Mal, mostly toward Rory. He also said in an IG right before he went live, he walked outside and said, "My pool need cleaning, Rory. You need a job." So, so basically, that's the story behind what's going on with that. Apparently, Joe didn't leak information, which I was worried about because I'm like, I know you're a psychopath, but are you a weirdo too? He's still weird, but it's a different level of weird. Like if you leaking information to your boy to ruin your friend, it's kind of weird. But he didn't do it. So I got less beef too. According to Act said other people did it. I can see how he felt a type of way and went off on him in that episode, which I didn't understand why he went off on his friends because I'm like, that's weird. But apparently, Act told him that he was talking to people behind his back. He felt a type of way. People feel a type of way. He basically said they employees. They don't get to add a business, and that's the story with Act. And we're gonna go into deeper territory. Unique.
Breach of contract.
Yeah, he'll sue them if they.
Mal, this is a breach of contract, and you are fired.
He said, Rory. He said Mal can come back. He said Mal can come back.
He said, "Oh, so Mal's good, Rory's not."
Yeah, he said if you're gonna cape for Rory.
So hold on. Come back. So let's take it back to this. So are we going to go back to the fact that Rory went to Atlanta and then had to quote unquote quarantine in Atlanta and then come back to the show? Is he going to be able to use that against him? Is that what Joe Budden is doing at this point?
I don't know what he.
And who does he really want on the show? And who does he really want on the show?
And
does he want Itch?
I'm gonna explain to y'all what happened today based on what I heard from it. They were supposed to show up today, and they didn't. So Joe went on the podcast and went off because they didn't show up to the podcast today. That's why it was just him and normally in this situation, it'll be him, Rory, and Mal, or Ish and Ice can set up. But again, they were supposed to show up. They didn't. So I guess Joe just got really upset and decided, I'm going to let it rip. You fired. So that's, I guess that's what he talking about, the breach of contract to Rory. You didn't show up for your contract date, you're fired. And he'll sue you if you try to do another podcast for a year. I'm like, who signs a year clause? This is my beef with them. Y'all don't understand value in business at all. I'm sorry. I encourage Joe Unico right here, this man, to have his own platform, to do his own thing, to create his own value. That way, one day he don't have to always do this, and he can do his own thing. KCP got his own YouTube channel with his music and stuff, where he don't have to acquiesce to just me. He creates his own value. Rory and Mal has nothing else. You know Parks and Savon, the other two, the dude that like basically dick ride Joe and do whatever he say. Savon and Parks got their own podcast. Rory and Mal have nothing of their own. And I'm like, you created you can't negotiate without, Unico, you ever negotiate a contract without any leeway?
No.
You can't.
No, because we're going to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
That's what I'm saying. You can't.
Like point blank period. I'm not agreeing to doing something and I don't want to do it.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. That's my whole beef with them. Why did you not create? Andrew Schultz and Charlamagne got Brilliant Is podcast, right? Andrew Schultz made Flagrant 2. Matter of fact, he got a guy on Flagrant 2, got his own podcast too that he do.
Mm.
So they do their own things, you know what I'm saying? And then if Charlamagne get out of line with Andrew, I got my own thing. So you can't disrespect me. I got value. So if I come to you, if Andrew Schultz go with Charlamagne like, yo, I need my contract to be this, and Charlamagne said, why? I got 20,000 buys on Flagrant 2. I don't have to be here. That's $100,000 a month minimum, and I got a Netflix special. So when I say pay me this or I'm out, you ain't got no choice but either pay me this or out. Because I got other things.
I think Joe was saying it like this. I'm bigger than this podcast. Are you bigger than this podcast? And that's what he said about those two. But if I'm them, I'm looking at Joe like, Joe Budden, do we care about what you got to say? If it's not a podcast, brother. But I'm with him on the other side of it too. Because I'm going to be real with you. I don't care about Joe Budden and what he has to say. I don't care. I keep telling you, pump it up. That's all I got. He was disrespectful to the Migos. That's all I got, man.
By the way,
I don't even know where he got this arrogance from. I don't know where none of that's from. And we can beef, man. I talk to you. We can smoke cigarettes together because that's all you sound like you do is smoke cigarettes all day long and talk to people. I don't care. He got super famous. Cool. That's what's up. I'm not interested. I've never watched this. I never watched the show until you said something about it.
Yeah.
So with all that being said, he challenged him and said, do you have something bigger to bring to this? So obviously Joe Budden is big in the podcasting area. So he's saying, what can y'all bring to this? And I'm with him on that. Because people are listening because of Joe Budden. I'm not looking for Rory and Mal.
I didn't even know who Mal was, and he's probably one of the biggest names in hip hop, brother. And I didn't have a clue.
That's ugly. I didn't know about that. I'm the biggest Kanye West fan and Jay-Z fan of all time.
He made a song. Mal is literally, he is literally, not even figuratively, what Kanye sung about.
And then the one time that I saw him, he's over there talking about the disrespect of Joe Budden. And I don't give a damn about Joe Budden and his disrespect and how he feels. I don't care.
Yeah, but
so with all that being said,
yo, you know what's crazy? Like, literally,
I didn't care when Joe Budden disrespected you. Because if Joe Budden disrespects Kanye West or Jay-Z, yeah, I got plenty to say. Because I'm going to say, remember Pump It Up. Remember that song? Because that's all I got for you. I I'm
Hey,
cool.
so
I'm
you
really
so you
actually
basically
cool about
what
Joe
Jay
Budden,
Z.
honestly.
So basically, what you said is what Jay-Z told Joe Budden when he told him how he felt about him taking a certain song from him and gave it to the game and Drake. And Jay-Z said he was 10 years later. Jay-Z said, "So I don't care how
Who
you
cares?
felt.
Who cares?
Was the song big? Yes, the game and Drake made it big.
Absolutely.
So
Let me tell you this. Jay-Z said this. If you don't mind, out there, please don't. But if you don't mind, let me quote this. I was going to kill a couple rappers, but they did it to themselves. I was going to do it with the flow, but they did it with themselves. I was going 9/11 them, but they didn't need the help, and they did a good job. Them boys is talented as hell, because not only did they brick, they put a building up as well and ran a plane into that building, and when that building fell, ran to the crash site with no mask and in hell. Toxins deep inside the lungs until both of them was failed. Blew a cloud out like an L, took a jog and took a smell. They found out that secondhand smoke kills. Cats thought they was ill, turns out they was ew. And that's exactly how I wanted you to feel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're far too kind. Who does Joe Budden think he is, honestly? I hate the arrogance from you, man. And that's where I'm at.
Hey, Akademiks called that man
And
the
I apologize,
LeBron
y'all.
James.
I didn't mean to go on my bag. I didn't mean to go on my bag real quick, but I'm just saying.
Hey, Akademiks said he the LeBron James of podcast.
Who, Joe Budden?
That was accent. You heard it. You was here. You were with me. What you mean? Hey, he is. Okay. He is. 200,000 strong. I got to give the man credit. He doing what we do on this thing. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he shouldn't. He a narcissist and an ego-driven maniac. But again, if you known him,
I don't see that.
I never met Joe Budden in my life, and I could tell by the way he talk and act that he's a ego-driven person. But to be fair, most of the biggest people in the world act like that in a certain extent. They do. They all the ego-driven, obsessive people. Obsessive people tend to do well. All your politicians, like I said, they obsess over. We talked about on the podcast that came out earlier today. Go watch it about gas shortage and stuff. Being negative is the new currency. All that stuff. Go watch that. It is live right now. Anchor and all that stuff. Spotify, Apple Music, whatever. Like and subscribe here. But that video, I explained it. They spend millions of dollars to convince you of something. And they're obsessed about it. So therefore they actually succeed at doing it because they become obsessed. From everything I heard from everybody that talked about him, he's obsessive and he's psychopathic. He got an ego. Those people tend to do well.
But he's the type that might want to fight me because I said I don't give a shit what he has to say.
Yeah, he'll hold that against somebody and do that.
He'll hold that against me. We'll fight at the airport. Joe Budden, I don't give a shit. Thank you.
But at the same time, my thing is about the idea of it. Create value. That's my whole thing about this whole episode. Create value for yourself.
He's done two things. I actually like Akademiks more than I like Joe Budden at this point. Not like.
Well, you can say I'm everyday struggle
about what Akademiks does.
So everyday struggle he created. So
6'9".
Yeah. But act funny though. That was funny though. And I said act funny.
He's interesting. He reminds me of a 22-year-old kid that has Fortnite. I enjoy that. That's fun. That's fun. He gets Tekashi on there. Tekashi is a problem, if you will. And I think he's funny. He's entertaining. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, I stand behind this nigga's morals. That's not what I'm on. What I am saying is this. It's entertaining. Joe Budden is not.
Well, some people that watch this, he might be entertaining. I watch the podcast. I can't lie. It don't. I actually ain't watched it.
I found out about Rory and Mal because of you.
I actually ain't watched it in a long time, actually, because it got trashed for about. That might be Rory and Mal's fault because they felt the type of way. I don't know. But
that's what you want. We on that. It's Rory and Mal. It has nothing to do with Mr. Egotistical Joe.
I expect that.
Like he made the Black Album. But I don't want to hear it.
I expect that from him though. Like I'm like, what you want me to do? Go back in my old videos and diss him again? Like I did this. I don't repeat the same thing. I don't just go.
Yeah, let's never talk about Joe Budden ever again. Let's do a pinky swear and say that we're done with Joe Budden. This is his last straw. And matter of fact, Akademiks is the one. We give Akademiks his chances. We'll give him that. But
hey, I said I wasn't gonna do another Akademiks video, and here I am. So News is news. Y'all want us to talk about it. Some stuff I do for y'all. Normally we don't talk about what y'all want to talk about because I'm over this crap. But hey, some dude told Joe that we don't get views, and I felt the type of way, and I want to show we can do it easily if we just did stuff like that.
We do what we want to do out here,
and that's my point. One video,
we'll run it up if we want to.
Boom, I show you I can get views if I want to. Boom, one video before this. I show if I want to get a view, we talk about June 21st. You know, I wanted to talk about that, but we can do it. No, we do it always. So I just want to prove that point.
Fact.
So this what this whole podcast is about, proving the point, creating your own value, knowing what you can do and what you can't do. Rory and Mal, create your own value.
I will give Joe Budden this. He created his own value. He's got me talking about him today. Yeah. And I'll be honest, I don't have any desire to do it.
Yes, that's what creating value is. EDP, create his own value. He's a sicko who needs to go to jail. Do not go to his website.
You want to check out his website?
No. Let's keep that website to itself. But in this situation, I hope Rory and his mental health is taken care of. Mal, whatever in his life, taken care of. Joe and whatever he got.
That's what it's all about. I hope they all happy at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's all it's about. Be honest with you. Joe, stop using your therapist to learn how to gaslight people. Y'all wanted to. That's what my problem. He be using the therapist to gaslight. A lot of them narcissistic men do that. By the way, they do. And that's my attack on men. How do we do, bro? Don't never let a narcissist go to a therapist. He gonna use everything he learned to use on other people. That's all they do. So. Hey, the women know what I'm talking about. Shout out to the women. The women know them dudes. Y'all like them kind of dudes though. That's what y'all like.
Let's not gas them up either.
Josie,
the Ambers of the world. Let's not gas them up.
Joe said that fire behind us right now, keeping that now. He all for it. I feel that. But yeah, man.
I'm literally looking at myself behind fire right now. I love it. Love it.
Yeah, but what I'm telling you is create your own value. That's the lesson of this whole Keep It 99. It's not even about none of these people. I just want to give y'all the update and I talked about them but it's a way for us to get the point across. Create your own value. If you don't have value in anything you do in life, you will get fired. If you don't have if an employer see that you can't get another job, they will use you and they will mistreat you. Even if you worked at Dollar General. But if you're like, hey man, Walmart called me and wanted me to be assistant manager, but I'm like, I'm loyal to y'all. They know already. Okay, you got other options. I can't treat you like a worker. Unico, no. You know the people how they treat you. They think you ain't got no choice. How the employees
treat you?
Shout out to
fellas out there. The fellas out there, just keep on going, man.
But what I'm saying, create your own value. If you have a value and somebody disrespect you can leave. And guess what? You got a job already. I know a situation like that right now. You got a job already lined up. They disrespect you, say, yo, I'm done. And this for the regular person. That's for the worker. I know a lot of people was dissing workers today. Y'all workers. I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with being a worker, but make sure you're a valuable worker. If you're not a valuable worker, they'll treat you how they want and then they can kick you to the side if they don't want you. Same thing I talked about with Aaron Rodgers. He got value. So he can make moves. And I'm hearing he got a giant contract coming. You heard that, Joe?
What about Tim Tebow? What he got coming?
He created value.
Opportunity.
An
opportunity.
He created
opportunity.
He got that who you know. That's that who you know value.
Absolutely. I think if my high school coach started doing something today, I would be on.
That's what I'm saying. That's who you know value. By the way, how good you are, that's not not value either. If I know somebody in big places, if I'm good with the regional manager at the store, and me and him good, ain't nothing my manager can tell me. The regional manager want to keep me around. You know what I'm saying? It's who you know value. That's a value too. Who you friends with is a value.
Dang.
Mal gonna be good in life because who you know?
Jay-Z. He knows Jay-Z.
He's Big's brother. And Kanye trying to be Big's brother.
Not Big's brother, he's Big's brother.
Yeah, he's Big's brother, literally Big's brother. So if Jay-Z give him a job doing something in the corner and pay him a lot of money, he still be good. Rory, I have no clue what Rory's going through.
We don't know who Rory is. Who is he? Where did he come
That's
from?
what
Like,
I'm
I don't
saying.
know any of these people.
The Mal been good his whole life. I ain't never known nothing Mal did. I ain't never heard Mal in my life, but he always lived pretty decently. I know one time they probably had a little beef one time, but other than that, he been living pretty good. He hung out, he lived with Joe for a little bit and all that situation. So I'm wishing everybody
But
well.
niggas love letting you know how they help somebody else, don't they? They can't wait to say, "Oh yeah, that you know he lived with me for a little bit."
That's why you create your own value.
Yeah, okay. Man, he ain't had no water the other day to flush his own toilet, so I gave him a bucket full.
Yeah, and when you trust me, when y'all make it, they gonna say that they'll bring up whatever they did, boy. You get money. You remember I bought you that toy when you were 5?
Man, he ain't even had no shoestrings since I ran the town.
But yeah, man, that's it for me on the Cupid 99 special.
Dang. Oh, not the gang sign. Hey man, it's been another episode of Cupid 99, man. We had Joe Budden, Mal, man, Rory, man. This is the most time y'all gonna ever get out of me. I'm gonna be real with you. But what else you
It's
got on your
over.
mind, man, before we get them up out of here?
Well, it's over now. You probably don't have to talk about him because we'll probably never see him again. You might talk about Joe Budden because, well, I might talk about Joe Budden on What's New and Nothing New because for some reason
I don't have any interest.
Every 2 years he somehow breaks the internet doing some crazy wild shenanigans. He's been doing it since even when he was he was under the table smoking cocaine at Hot 97, and I was like, what is wrong?
I'm gonna give him this. This man got the most confidence I've ever seen any man ever. And I think that I'm a confident guy, man. This dude, his shit is through the roof because who the hell do you think you are?
Hey man,
but that's what's up, man. It's been another episode of Keep It 99. Much love. Shout out to my man Lay Alpha. You got one last thing to say to us, because I know I need to keep doing it.
You know it. You got to keep stuck.
Here you go. Here you go. He done grabbed the microphone.
You'll never know something amazing.
Man, can we get right now? I holler. Peace.